We are live. It is September 6th, and Ethereum merge has officially happened. It has to be bullish news. Yes, I am optimistic that Ethereum it's going to be incredibly bullish for all of crypto. And why is that? Just because it's the biggest news event to happen for crypto, I don't know, since, I would have to say every 4 years with the halving, that's a big news event. But this is literally a huge proof of work coin. The top altcoin is now going to proof of stake, and it's going to make the terminal difficulty incredibly difficult. So miners are going to be forced to either move over to Ethereum Classic, or they've got their new ETH-W is what they're trying to keep another chain alive. So it more than likely will potentially fork. And that terminal difficulty is it's going to be ridiculous. So, forgive the number, because that is a gigantic number. It's something like 58 septillion, 750 sexillion. I think is what that number is. Because you've got, here's the thousands, 100,000s, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions. Then you get into the whole septillion silliness, but I'm incredibly bullish for this merge, and that merge is going to happen around the 13th to the 16th. I heard a lot of things like, hey, we're starting the stages at September 6th, which is today, and then the final stages are going to be the 10th through the 20th. So this month, I think we're going to see a lot of pumps for Ethereum. And just if you guys are wondering, I entered a trade. I entered a trade because of this stuff. You can see on my chart, this is the Ethereum chart, but that's... I got my Outlook open, but I wanted to show you my... What the heck? No, I want this guy. Okay, so now we can see my trade, and I entered at 1,576, and the current price is close. We're a couple dollars off. I'm at 8 leverage on Ethereum here, and we can see here. Let me change this over again. I've got some wide screens. I've got 4 big screens, so it's difficult to move all this stuff, so bear with me here. I entered the trade right here. We broke resistance, so there's that 1568, and I am holding on. My first take profit is going to be right around the $1,700 mark, which is going to play a good level of resistance. I'm going to make this guy, I'll leave it green, because in that way it's like, hey, there's my take profit. All right. And we are getting rejected a little bit off of that area. We got to 1,686, and we've been kind of getting rejected here. So I haven't hit my take profit at first, and that's okay. That's okay. Because what my plan is, just so everybody out there is aware, you've seen my open trade. My take profit is going to be at that 1,700. I'm going to take half of the trade off. I'm going to take half the trade off. I'm going to leave my stop where it's at. So if I take 50% and I leave the rest of it, if I end up hitting my stop loss, I'm out with a zero trade. Like it didn't do anything. I just kind of wasted my time a little bit. But that way, I'm not going to move my stop up to break even. I won't do that until my next level of take profit, which is going to be around that $2,000 mark. And I do think that we're going to hit close to the $2,000 mark by the end of this month because of the news with Ethereum. Okay, once we hit that area, so boom, boom, boom. Once we're past this area, I'm going to take 50% off the table and then leave the trade open. And then once we hit this area, I'm going to then move the stop back up to this portion, because my stop, I actually have my stop right under 1,400. So it's going to be under this small little wick here. So I'll just show you guys here. And I'm going to turn this guy red just so that you guys can see it. Okay. So I'm going to leave that stop there. First take profit, second take profit. That is my plan. That is my strategy for my Ethereum trade going on here. And I think Ethereum is going to help raise all, there's that saying that all rising water raises all boats, something along those lines. And Ethereum is going to be the catalyst for that guy for sure to raise Bitcoin and everything. Bitcoin is struggling here to get above the psychological level of 20,000. If you've followed me before, I'm a very simplistic trader, okay? I don't like to get convoluted with just having everything open, 100 different things, using all these Lux Alco, special market cipher, B market cipher, have all these triangles and blah, blah, blah. It just confuses you. All right. I'm a big on just price action and knowing that anything can happen. Anything can happen in the market, and you just need to be aware to change sides. All right. So I really try to focus on not trying to be biased, even though if I have a reason fundamentally and technically to be swayed one way, it could instantly change around and go the other direction. And if you hold on to that consensus that you are right no matter what, you're going to lose money. And this could easily drop down below. And my targets for going short is 19,000 on Bitcoin. Going long on Bitcoin is 20,500. We keep hitting this level of 20,000, and we continue to break above it, which to me is telling me that, hey, the next break is going to be massive. The next break is going to be massive up to that $24,000 range. And if that would be a strong level of take profits on that kind of a trade, and leave some of it open because some of it could potentially get up to that, $30,000, $28,000 mark. All right. But I do understand that the risk on the downside as we break below that 19,000 there. Here, I got to go way back on the daily here in order to see any kind of volume here. The next level is going to be around that 15,000. So I am aware that if we break 19,000, the only little catch we have is right around the 17. And if we break below that, chances are we're going to that 15-ish. All right. I'm just aware of it. As much as I want to be bullish, just absolutely aware that could potentially happen. I don't see anybody in the chat. That's okay. Well, it's a work in progress. We'll gain some people, do that kind of thing. If you want to trade with me, you can absolutely trade with me. I'm a big fan of Bybit. I've got a link in the description. It can get you up to $4,000 free to trade with. If you want to trade with me on this Ethereum merge, you can. Just be aware that you could lose all your money. You can get $30 instantly for using my link. If you don't want to trade it, that's okay. I've got a coinbase there that will give you $10 free if you want to just buy some Ethereum. I think Ethereum is one of those coins that risk versus reward is more risky than not risky. It's less risky than, you've got a better reward for buying Ethereum than you do Bitcoin because you have to have a lot of money into Bitcoin if you're not into trading. I really do like Coinbase. I think they're going to be around for a while. They're not like these other exchanges that are going out of business, per se. But again, this isn't financial advice. You need to do your own research, kind of a thing. But those are my scenarios for Bitcoin. Ethereum, and I talked quite a bit earlier about what was going on with Ethereum just technically, okay? And I've got some strong volume. The two highest volumes are my blue lines here, okay? But here, let me just get in here and no, I was the wrong thing. All right, let me get this out of the way because again, too much stuff open can just confuse you. All right. So I told you guys about that. Stop losses here. And why is my stop loss there? Because if we break below this, chances are we're going back down to 1250, which will be the only next level of support on Ethereum. I do see if we break down here, there is a chance that we're going to catch and maybe bounce back off of that 1250. And if we don't, then we're going back down to that $1,000 mark. I really don't see that happening because, you know, if we break above the 1,700 and we get to the $2,000 range, you know, that's a 19% move. Okay. If things go the opposite direction and we go all the way down to the 1,000, that's a 25% move. And if we go down to the 1,250, that's 11% move. So that's highly, I wouldn't say highly likely. I would just say that it's potentially to happen. If I look at the delayed indicators, as far as stochastics is my favorite. I know some people like RSI. I like stochastics. You know, we're getting ready to be oversold, but dude, things can stay oversold for a while. Let me move my guy here. You can stay oversold for a while and price can still continue to go up. So if I look back here, you know, we were oversold until about here, right? So we stayed oversold for a whole month. And during that time, you know, price went up 53%. So that's why it's difficult to use these indicators. They kind of let you know that, hey, price is eventually going to go down. But you can always think that, yeah, price is eventually going to go down. Simple as that. But we need to break the 1,700. That is the strong resistance right now. I think it's going to happen later on this week once we get closer to that September 13th. I do think that it's going to be priced in. I think we're going to see a massive pump probably on, you know, the 10th leading up to the 13th. And from there, we could just go completely haywire. I mean, we could even get up to that $2,500 range, and that would be amazing. But I want to be a part of it. So, again, I showed you guys where my first take profit is of the 1,700, and then my second take profit of the 2,000, where I'll move my stop up. Okay, at that point, I'll move my stop up to the break-even mark. I might even move it back up to that $1,700. So I'm, no matter what, locking in the last little bit that I have. And I'm not going to close out the position. I'm going to leave at least 25% of it open for potentially that massive move of 25,000. And if we get close to there, I'll move my stop up to 2,000, and I'm going to just leave it open until I get stopped out in case we continue to climb. You know, that's keeps you in play at all times. But this is Johnny Crypto. I appreciate you guys for watching. You know, I'm here to help you guys make some money. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. I'll get back with you as soon as I can.